Produce now God's message to humanity. Principle number 12. Produce now. In this principle, I would like to show you how you can produce now. Before we get to work, I have a few quick questions for you. Have you ever followed or studied a great influencer? Did you read stories about him or her or watch interviews about them? Maybe you learned all about what they did, and sometimes, if the interviewer was good, you learned how they did what they did. After the interview was over, or the book was finished, what did you do with what you learned? Did you do anything? Before we dive into the benefits of kingdom production, it is important to expose the enemy of kingdom production. It is self-glorification. This flaw of character happens each time you put what you want for yourself above God and what He wants for you. The problematic result is a lack of production. When you remember the tracks that we've laid in each principle so far, you will see that for too long, the people of God have been merely entertained by the fruit rather than being investigative of the root. In other words, we often miss the opportunity to glean the truth of why the influential giants we encounter became so impactful. Without that secret sauce, we often leave the presence of greatness motivated, but not activated. Those who have been producing for a while understand that it's not what you know, but who you know that moves God. It's more about knowing Christ and what He specifically wants you to do that will bear the fruit that remains. That is the foundation on which this principle will be formed. My assignment in this book is to motivate you to pursue and complete your kingdom purpose with tenacity and diligence by using the power of the Holy Ghost as your fuel. It is to show you how attainable it is for you to advance the kingdom just as many yielded vessels before you have done. So I thought, who would best exemplify what Produce Now looks like? I followed God's leading and went with His choice, Paul, an apostle of Jesus Christ by the will of God. Colossians chapter 1, verse 1. Known as the apostle to the Gentiles, Paul opened doors that were once closed to believers who were non-Jews. He dedicated his life to the Great Commission and was one of the most prolific campaigners for Christianity, expanding the church both far and wide. His New Testament letters, his ministry, and his religious views serve as a ready resource for much of our Christian doctrine today. However, if you sought an example of a believer who had a 180-degree turnaround, your search could end with Paul. Taking one look at his confession says it all. Yes, I am the most insignificant of all the apostles, unworthy even to be called an apostle, because I hunted down believers and persecuted God's church. But God's amazing grace has made me who I am. And His grace to me was not fruitless. In fact, I worked harder than all the rest, yet not in my own strength, but God's. For His empowering grace is poured out upon me. 1 Corinthians 15, verses 9 through 10, the Passion Translation. Do you see what I mean? He said a mouthful right there. There are so many nuggets we can glean from these verses. Of them are two key areas you can benefit from. We will take a closer look at who and what made him the producer that he was, while also shedding light on the producer that rests on the inside of you.
You just heard another excerpt from Produce Now, God's Message to Humanity, the trilogy. To pre-order your copy today, click the link in the description.